Good evening, children.
Good evening, Uncle.
And how are you?
Good.
Are you looking forward to Christmas?
Yes, Uncle Clarence.
Okay, so
Excited for the entire year.
I'm going to take off my mask because we are socially distanced so that you could hear me. And I want to welcome you to story time and questions and answers. And this evening we're going to talk about Kayla and how Jesus was born. And what do you know about the Christmas story? Do you know anything about what I have here, the creche? What about you, Juno?
The creche is a sacred place. The sacred place is when
A sacred place or a secret place?
secret. Sorry,
A sacred
both.
place.
Probably both.
Ah, good.
Where Jesus was born,
Right.
and it's used to show you what happened, and you put like a decoration so everybody can see.
Right. Very good. To support Jesus Christ. So, my favorite time and my family's favorite time of the year is Christmas. And our favorite part of Christmas is the birth of Jesus Christ, because Jesus Christ and his birth and his life is a very important part of Christmas, and sometimes we forget that. Of course, sharing and giving and spending time with family is a very important thing, and especially helping people who are in need. This is a time of the year when we should do that. We should give charity, and whatever little you have that you could give somebody or help somebody with, even an act of kindness would be very good. Okay? But I want to talk about the birth of Jesus Christ and the manger, because I'm the minister. My job involves animals, you know that, and fruits and vegetables and food. So the manger has a lot to do with animals. So I want to read from the story, and it's called the Christmas story. And in the Christmas story, we will start at the time when Mary and Joseph are going to Bethlehem. So I'm going to read to you tonight, okay? At this time, the land where Mary and Joseph lived was part of the Roman Empire. The Roman Emperor Augustus wanted to have a list of all the people in the empire to make sure they paid their taxes. He ordered everyone to return to the town where their families originally came from and enter their names into a register. Mary and Joseph traveled a long way from Nazareth to Bethlehem, because there is where Joseph's family came from. Most people walk, but some had a donkey to help carry the goods needed for the journey. Joseph and Mary traveled very slowly because Mary's baby was due to be born soon. When they reached Bethlehem, they had problems finding somewhere to stay. So many people had come to register their names in the census that every house was full and every bed was taken in all of the guest rooms. The only place to stay that they could find was with the animals. People often kept animals in the house, especially at night, and used them for heating. People normally slept on a raised upper level with the animals below to give them extra warmth. So in the place where the animals slept, Mary gave birth to Jesus, the Son of God. In those days, it was a custom to wrap newborn babies tightly in a long cloth called swaddling clothes. Jesus' bed was a manger that the animals ate their hay from. In the fields and fields outside of Bethlehem, shepherds looked after their sheep through the long night. As the new day began, suddenly an angel appeared before them, and the glory of God shone before them. The shepherds were very, very scared, but the angel said, "Don't be afraid. I have good news for you and everyone. Today in Bethlehem, a Savior has been born for you. You will find the baby lying in a manger." What you thought about that? Can you tell me what a manger looked like?
A manger look like something like that.
Like what? Like, does it look like
a stand with hay.
like a stand of hay? And what do you think it would have been like for Joseph and Mary that night?
They would have probably
They would have been
happy.
They would have been happy.
Yeah.
That their Savior was born.
But you think they were cold?
Yeah, no, because there are donkeys and sheep
Right.
to keep them warm.
To keep them warm.
And they also had blankets.
What happened after Jesus born? After Jesus was born, what happened that night?
People came.
People from where?
People from
The three wise men?
3 wise men from the east.
When Jesus was born, a brand new star appeared in the sky. Some wise men in faraway countries saw the star and guessed what it meant. They were very clever men that studied the stars and had read in the very old writings that a new star would appear when a great king was born. They set out to find the king and bring him gifts. The wise men followed the star towards the country of Judea, and when they got to the capital called Jerusalem, they began to ask people, "Where is the child who is born to be king of the Jews?" Herod, the king of Judea, heard this, and it made him very angry to think that someone might be coming to take his place as king. Herod sent for the wise men to come to him. He told them to go on following the star until they had found the baby king. He said, "When you have found him, let me know where he is, so I can go and worship him." The wise men followed the star towards Bethlehem, where it is said the king would be born in the old writings. It seemed to stop and shine directly down upon the place where Jesus was. So do you know that the wise men brought gifts?
Yeah.
And what were the gifts?
Myrrh, frankincense, and gold.
Myrrh.
Frankincense and gold.
Right. And what is myrrh? What is myrrh?
Myrrh is like a medicine. It helps you if you have like a cold or lung issues.
Right.
Like a lot of issues with you. It can help to relieve pain or
Right.
help it go away.
And where you will get myrrh?
From trees.
Ah, from trees. Do you know I'm also the minister of trees?
Seriously?
Yes, so maybe we have to get some myrrh in Trinidad
Yeah.
and Tobago.
It can help people.
Right. And what about frankincense?
Frankincense. I don't really know, but I think I can make a guess.
A guess?
Yeah.
A good guess, huh?
Educated.
An educated guess, okay.
Frankincense is like something burned in a bowl, because
Right.
I see it when I go to church.
You see it.
Yeah, and they swing it back and forth, and probably to clear all demons and purify people around it.
Very good. And what about you, Kayla? You know anything about frankincense?
No.
Where do you get it? What do you
I don't
think?
know.
Ah, Ethan, you get it on trees, right? Very good. You get frankincense on trees. And what about gold? What is gold used for?
Gold is like a currency. Used to help you buy
That is a
stuff.
very good word, a currency, right?
And if you need to buy something like a house
Right.
to live and food to eat, you can use gold to buy an assortment of things.
Right. And what about you, Kayla? I see you have gold in your hair.
Not really gold, but like these.
It looks like gold, right?
Yeah, kind
Okay,
of.
very good. So I want to thank you very much for what lessons have you learned from the birth of Jesus?
I learned that to always be kind,
To always be kind,
because you don't know what can happen.
right? So somebody allowed Joseph and Mary to use the manger, right? There were no rooms to be used, and somebody was kind to allow them to use that. What else you learned, Kayla?
I also learned
You learned kindness. And Ethan, what did you learn? You learn about the birth of Jesus, and you learn about what is frankincense. It comes from trees, and myrrh, and gold. And Dejanique, what did you learn?
always to be kind of people and not
Right, always to be kind. So this reminds us of how, especially around Christmas time is supposed to be a very simple time when we celebrate the birth of Jesus. We do other things because not everybody celebrates the birth of Jesus, but if you are Christians or if you love the story of Jesus, you can celebrate the birth of Jesus. It's also a time to remind you to share and to be kind and to be loving, and most importantly, just like Joseph and Mary and Jesus and all the people around them that night, to live in peace and harmony. So I love this story, and I love the creche, And I brought you a very special gift. These four of you who are here with me tonight, I brought you your own crush.
Thank
Okay?
you.
So that is my gift to you tonight.